Hey, fantastic fam. Welcome to our community where we combine the woo and the work. We are two professional women who believe we can have it all and constantly upgrade ourselves to meet our visions. I'm Kalyani and I've chosen the off-roading path to personal development, being an entrepreneur with the journey of motherhood. I'm an economics postgraduate and I love working with all things mind and money. I've founded and sold one business and I'm now building this business that feels like fun and freedom for life.
Hi, I'm Rupali. I'm a numbers nerd turned Reiki master and many other things. I found a passion for all things wellness. I've worked in banking and finance for 15 years and I love combining that knowledge with all things energetics to create impact in a fun, easy way for others. Join us as we share the behind the scenes of us creating wealth, freedom and magic.
Today, let's talk about 3 ways that you can do more than you think you're capable of doing. I often get this question around how I'm able to manage doing everything that I do, and I'd love to answer that for a wider audience outside of my one-on-one coaching sessions or my group coaching sessions. And in advance, I have to mention in advance that there is noise around me. It's one of those days where I've slipped out of the house to get some work done, and I have a gap between 2 appointments, and I'm using that gap to batch record podcast episodes in a setting that I didn't expect to be so noisy. But if it is, then I trust you to still be able to make out what I'm saying. So, talking about how you can do more than you think you're capable of. Number one, I'll talk from my experience, of course. The first way is to have a very strong why. When I think about the business, and I went back to work at around 2 months after having my daughter last year, in 2023, what propelled me, what motivated me to go back to work, and what gets me out of bed super excited every single day is the fact that there's a lot of tangible impact that my business is creating. I've been where my target audience is, I've been in their shoes, and I've come out of it with my journey. My journey is what I teach, and that journey basically took me from feeling very helpless, feeling very underconfident around money to start with, but then that had a ripple effect on everything else, on the way I made my decisions in the world, on how I dressed, how I looked. Everything went back to whether I can purchase that. Can I purchase it because I don't earn? In literal terms. So there was a lot of healing that I had to bring in on a mindset energy level. And then, of course, combining that with the practical strategies of investments and trading, which brought in physical money, really kind of catapulted me from being that underconfident person to being assured of being able to generate an income from anywhere, being able to make any amounts of money that I was regulated to make. I was ready to receive. This has been such a life changing journey for me that I don't want any other woman, especially, to feel helpless the way I did, to feel um, less than or undervalued in any way because of money simply. I mean, money is one of the easiest problems, I believe, to be able to, that we can resolve. Money is the easiest thing to manifest, which is going to be a separate episode. But that's my why, that's the impact that I want to create. And very often in my coaching business, I see being able to have an impact on the mindset and on the accounts of women, and that really, really fuels me. The second way that I'm able to do more than I thought I would be able to, or more than the hours of the day would seem to allow me to do, is by relying on support. I have excellent support that I rely on the home front as well as on in my work on the professional front. At home, I rely on one house help, and I'm quite hands-on with the housework or with my kids as well because that's kind of a special advantage that I've. It's a benefit. It's a perk of being flexible, which is kind of why I'm doing what I'm doing. which was the start of this life change for me. So I'm very mindful and conscious of not hiring a lot of help, which then kind of takes over the house or takes over my mindful time with the kids, which is super precious. Out of all the roles that I play, being a mom is my favorite. So there's nothing that I would want to kind of bring into the picture that jeopardizes that. So that support person is key. I look after them really well. I look after them energetically. I look after them monetarily. I really treat them as a member of the family. And the last couple of months, we've gone through a change. In this support person. So we went from someone that we were really used to and that we grew to really love to someone new who had to be introduced into the family. And that took a lot of my time. It meant that business, I was in a slower season of my business, and that's fine. Now that we're over onto the other side. I'm really enjoying being able to rely on this help. There are certain kind of limits to how much time I would let my kids spend with them, especially my little one would spend about 2 to 3 hours a day with this help, along with her nap. If I combine those two slots together, then I'm able to get a few hours of good work done, as well as pick my son up and run this business. So that's on the personal side. And of course, sorry, not to forget at all, my husband's support is very, very key. I do a lot of my client sessions either in the evenings or on weekends. As much as I'd like to schedule a lot of these during the day during my working hours, which is during the mornings, I understand that a lot of my clients are working and they're professionals, so that slot isn't usually available. So when it comes to a weekend or an evening, then that takes away from our family time. But since I'm so mindful the rest of the time, I don't feel any guilt. I feel like I've still got a good balance, and I kind of get my husband on board, who's always very supportive. He is very proud of my work, so he then steps in. So that's on the personal front. On the professional front, this time with this business versus my previous entrepreneurial adventures, I was very intentional in hiring help at the right time. I've had help pretty much from the very start. This help is key for me to get the admin tasks done, to get the technology running behind the business. So that's my number two in terms of how I'm able to do so much. Point number three, this would be to ditch the to-do list and truly believe that there is enough time to do everything that you set out to do. Of course, within limits, within realistic expectations, but there truly is enough time to get that workout done, to be able to work, to still spend mindful time with kids and family, pour into your own being as well if you believe that that's possible. If you're constantly operating from the energy of, oh, there's no time, oh, this is impossible, oh my God, then that's what you'll see. That's what you'll see playing out in your reality. That's what you'll attract more of. So this one actually took me some time to get around because I was very much operating from the energy of I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't even, style myself decently, I can't style my hair. There's no time. There's absolutely no time. When you think of what you're spending time on, there are various things that your time is going towards, and there is very much a window available, 15 minutes here, half an hour there, to feel good about yourself, to dress up nicely, to go out for a massage, to go out for a walk, to check on your watch list. That time is available to all of us. I think if we all were to check our screen usage on our phones, the amount of time that we spend on our phones, that's time available for us just there. That's time available for us all in our days. I'm not saying that all of that is wasted. Yes, we do need to decompress, but maybe we can be mindful about that. We can be conscious of our screen or conscious of our social media consumption, and instead do more things that make us more of who we want to be in future. I think it's a matter of the story that we, all of us might be telling ourselves. And often I have clients who, when they hear about me, hear me say that they need to watch their trades every single day, they need to watch their positions every single day. They recoil a little bit, and it's commitment phobia. But if it is very much towards your future goals, if it's someone that you want to be, then is that 30-minute or 15-minute commitment too much? I'm not saying that investments or trading need 30 minutes at all. They literally need to fit into your day, whether that's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 2 hours, whatever you have available to give it, whatever your goals are, is how investments can be weaved into your day. But that time commitment should not be scary. That time commitment should not come with a phobia of not wanting to commit to. Um, because then that's a mindset piece instead of dealing with an actual time based problem. So do a little check in with yourselves. See if you honestly are tight on time, or is it simply a story that you're telling yourself to be able to be in the familiar, to be able to be in the comfort of complaining, or be in the comfort of suffering? Let me know in the show notes, drop me a DM. It'll be lovely to have a chat. And until next time, bye bye.
We would really appreciate your feedback as reviews on the podcast app you tune in from. Support us also by sharing this podcast with 3 of your besties who would benefit from being fantastic.